Mark. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video about scrolls. This isn't actually in scrolls, this is just the background of one of the scrolls arenas because it's pretty and it's relevant and I like using it as a background. Today I'm going to be showing you a card that was spoiled by Mans, which is exciting. He tweeted it on his Twitter and the name of the card is Imperial Resources. It is an order card. And here it is. Bam! So, this is the new card. It's 6 order, so finally order has an expensive spell, not a creature, an actual spell that does something to the entire battlefield, and this card looks like someone grabbed Heritage, Faith's Blessing, and Him, and Powerbound, threw them into a grounder and turned it into a scroll. And I am a big fan of this scroll, just because of its flavour. It feels like an order card, because you've got the fact that you build up to this card throughout an entire battle, so you've got like a couple of men running around trying to defend you, keep your idol safe, and maybe aggress his, and then the Imperial Resources show up, and you get this massive boost to everything, because you've got your extra scrolls, your idols are recovering, your units are recovering, and you get extra resources to spend on your next big spawning of units, and I just think that's a really good way to show off what order will do. Or it's a very passive scroll as well. Like when someone plays that, it's gonna suck for the other for your opponent. Your opponent's not gonna be happy that you've got the 2 scrolls, idol heal, unit heal, and order increase. But he's not losing anything. And that's the difference between this and Violent Dispersal, Thunder Surge, Quake, and all the other 6-cost cards. This is a very passive card. This helps just you, as opposed to trying to crush your opponent. Now, I think this is a very good card for Order, because Order tends to be a very unit-focused deck, but it also has the best ways of alternative wins. So, even if all your units are healed by 1 is not used by the person playing this card, they get the 2 scrolls, they get the idol heal, and they get the order increase. Meaning they can now access their faith chains to throw on their creatures, they can access their decimations to blitz your opponent's idols down, and I feel like that's what Order is doing at the moment, is a lot of alternative win conditions. It's the only resource at the moment that has any. I mean, you've got 3 Gravelock Elders as a win condition in itself, and God Hand used to be a win condition. It still kind of is, but it's not easy to get to, and there's much more survivability of it now that it's been nerfed. Now, something that Blinky said about this scroll is that he tried to convince Mans to make it to do 2 of everything for 8. So that would be 2 scrolls, 2 unit heals, 2 idle heals, and 2 order increase for 8 mana, and make it really cool and nice. But Mans said that they nerfed it already and probably won't change it, so this is probably one of the last versions of this scroll. But Mans did also say that it could be changed. So this may not be the actual scroll we end up playing with, but it looks like it probably will be. So I wouldn't expect any huge variations anytime soon. A scroll that this would probably work quite well with is the Honourable General, because by buffing up your income, getting your extra scroll draw, and healing, you can keep your Honourable General alive just a bit longer. You can get the more scrolls you need to throw down extra units around it, get the resources to play those units, and when he fires off the turn after you cast Imperial Resources, I feel bad for the person you're playing. So, because there's a new scroll in Order, expect to see more Order decks being played come the next patch. I'm interested to see the Order energy decks that are going to be made, because energy's the hot stuff right now. Used to be Growth Order, now it's just energy. Energy's the thing that people tend to be playing the most of. And I don't think people are going to want to ditch their work on those decks, just because 1 new Order scrolls come out, plus new energy scrolls are coming, so I think it's highly likely we'll see a lot more Order energy decks coming up in this next patch. And I honestly look forward to it. I think the variation we're getting from every deck now is really quite interesting, and putting a spin on old decks and just adding like one interesting card is something that is becoming viable because of the fact that there's been nerfs and balances that have... It feels pretty solid at the moment. I think that you can easily say there are best units, but I don't think there are any overpowered units. And I'm happy with where Scrolls is at the moment. The only downside is that more often than not, if we look just slightly up, there. That's the only problem I have, because don't forget, there's a Scrolls guide bot that Cape Aston has set up in there. There's Scrolls bot itself that Cape Aston has set up in there, so that's 2 bots. So there's 5 people in the game, really. And if we look at this graph, you'll see that it has been like just the bots, just the bots, just the bots, just the bots, just the bots. And then for some reason yesterday, loads of people were on, but it doesn't even peak 10. That's the problem. The graph looks like loads of people playing, but it doesn't peak 10. That is the problem I'm having with Scrolls at the moment, is just getting to this. We're not jumping to it. We're not... I mean, I'm surprised that it was at 2 for that long. Sorry, 3, not 2. That would be 2. It's been 3 for a while, and then it just jumps. It jumps about, but I mean... It doesn't beat 10. It peaks at 10. That's disappointing. 2 more people logged on while I was talking. Thanks, guy. Trying to prove a point. It doesn't peak 10. And that's in the past 5 hours, and I just kind of feel like there are plenty of people with keys. It's not a matter of the keys are too restricted. There are loads of people with keys. I mean, if we just look at this, we can see everyone who has a key, and just gonna point this out. Acidjib 15, Tinfox 16. Hell yeah. I was just saying, loads of people have keys. There are tons of people with keys. There are 6 pages worth of people who have keys. And only 24 people have played since the last update, when they changed the ranking system. British Buddha hasn't been on. Some of these people may have been on. And they may have just not played in a ranked match. Like, I know General Falm, he's often on. But the ranked matches system is broke at the moment. And seeing as we're at 7 people in-game now, it just really upsets me that so many people have keys, and so many people want keys, and yet so few people are on. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there now who want a key, and would play the game. But they haven't had that opportunity that some of these people have, and have not capitalised upon. I have a key. I hop in every now and then, but I find it, with the broken ranked matches, slowly dropping, with the broken ranked matches, I can't find my way into a good game unless it's against someone like Blinky, who will absolutely destroy me. So I don't get to play ranked matches much. I'm often on. I'm often playing AI and doing a deck test. And I wish there were more people to play with. I get that at the moment we've got a lot of people who play this game a lot, and they've got all the scrolls they need, and they have created some powerhouse decks. And it's hard for people who are new to the game to get against those people and do well, and it's off-putting. I'm sure Mojang realise this. And so with beta, I'm pretty sure they're going to do a library wipe. I understand that. Resetting all these good decks and making us having to build back up to them along with all the new players is just fair. And I hope people understand that and don't complain about this wipe they're going to do. Well, that was meant to be an episode about Imperial Resources. In the end, it ended up being somewhat of a rant about the current community, and I'm going to be making a video about the community. I'm going to be discussing guilds and tournaments, mainly. I think those are the ones I'm going to go with, because they're the 2 things that people are getting interested in, and I think there's a lot to be said about them. I don't think they're at all bad. I love the idea of both of them. It's just my comments on where we are at the moment with this tight-knit group of Scrolls players. This is the end of the video now. I'm going to stop, and if you have any comments or any suggestions for further content or anything like that, then feel free to leave them in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.